If you're sitting somewhere right now, say New Jersey, Connecticut, Illinois, California, watching YouTube videos about St. Johns County, trying to figure out how all this works, you're in the right place. This video is for you because that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Today, I'm going to give you a 90-day action plan. I'll walk every out-of-state buyer through that from the moment you decide to get serious about this move to the day that you hand your keys over from your old home and get the keys to your new one. So let's get into it. All right, if you're new here, I am Melissa Anderson. I am with eXp Realty, and I am your Northeast Florida, St. Johns County Realtor, relocation specialist. I'm also an Air Force veteran, so I know what it's like to have a big move in a very compressed, short amount of time with a lot of unknowns. So I help families just like yours move to Northeast Florida every week, and the ones who have the smoothest experience are the ones who have a plan going on. So we're going to create that plan today. All right, so this is, like I said, your 90-day plan. The first 30 days isn't even going to, we're not even house hunting. We're not even looking at a house. It's all about getting your house in order wherever you're at. That way, when the right house does pop up, you're ready. We're ready to go. So step one, we need to get crystal clear on your budget. And I don't mean your monthly, or I don't mean your mortgage, like pre-approval. I mean your real all-in monthly budget. So that means we're going to start factoring in property taxes, CDD fees, if you're in a master plan community, difference in like your car insurance, homeowners insurance, which may run higher here in Florida than in the northern states. And then also an average kind of like utility costs. We can compare those. There is like a cost of living calculator that I can share on that. You can kind of plug in where you're in now and then compare it to what it might be down here. All right, that was step one. Now we're going to move over to step two. And again, we're just now in the first 30 days. So step two, you're going to get pre-approved, not pre-qualified, because pre-qualified is just having a conversation. Pre-approval means that a lender has actually verified all your income, your assets, and your credit. So in a market where, say, last month we had 10% of the homes went over asking price, showing up with a pre-approval letter means that you are a serious buyer, and that's what we need. All right, and then finally, step three in this is that we want to start doing our research, but we want to start doing our research strategically. So we want to start researching communities, primarily communities. I don't know that we need to narrow it down to a particular house yet, but we need to start taking a look at the different communities and areas here in Northeast Florida. So now day 30, it's wrapping up. We should know our budget. You should have your pre-approval, and we should have a general idea of what communities you're most interested in. But now we're going to get specific. So now we're going to choose your community shortlist. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. I have a ton of YouTube videos. I'll send you a list. I have the relocation guide that kind of breaks these communities down. It's probably like the best place to start is me sending you my St. Johns County, Florida relocation guide that has these communities listed, and we can narrow down those communities that way. So from there, after researching these communities, we're going to make a short list of, say, three communities you're most interested in. And here's how you're going to narrow that community list down. What is your commute situation going to be like? Do you need to be by a specific road or close to the airport? Do you have school-aged kids, and do you need them is it important for them to be in St. Johns County schools, or is there a particular school that you wanted them to go to? How important is like beach access or nature access? Do you want to be just 10 minutes from the beach, or do you want more of like a riverfront living type situation? And then what does your lifestyle look like? That's probably the most important. Like, what do you want it to look like? Do you want resort style amenities? Is golf important to you? Do you want a quieter, more relaxed neighborhood? Maybe you don't want a community with HOA or CDD fees, or maybe one or the other. Those are the things that you can consider to help narrow down your focus on which communities to focus on here. All right, so narrow down the communities, and that's when you're going to utilize me the most. All right, Melissa, we know the community. We're going to start looking at homes. Here's all of our questions that we have. Here's whatever. that use me as your resource. And also using somebody who is a specialist, like a relocation specialist, that's like my primary position here is helping out of state relocation buyers. I know which communities still have builder incentives, what floor plans are still available, what neighborhoods are appreciating faster, what's going on in each neighborhood, what you need to watch out for. That is my job that I do in and out every day. So I can be the most informed when these questions come up and I'm dealing with buyers who are moving to this area and have all of these questions. All right, this is going to be a scary part. All right, we've narrowed it down to these communities. We're ready to go. You've got your pre-approval. Guess what? It's time. It's time to list your home up there or over there or wherever it is. Other than here, it's time to list. Now, here's what I've found. Now, I don't know that it will continue to be this way, but I know in some new construction communities, they are accepting a contingent contract, meaning even when I say contingent, I've even had some who were like, oh, their house isn't even on the market yet. They're like, oh, we don't want to, but we will accept a contingent contract, and their house has to be on the market by such and such date, and we need to close by such and such date. And this is more so like if it's new construction and say it's a quick move in where the house isn't going to be even ready or available for like 3 to 6 months or something like that. So that's what I'm talking about that. I've had several instances, just even with resale, where it kind of worked out with the timing, where the buyers fell in love with the home, they were here visiting, their house wasn't even on the market yet, but their market was so hot, like they went back up, put their house on the market. Usually, typically first weekend, open house weekend, they get an offer on the house and go under contract. And how they space that, because I know this is the timing of selling your house up there or over there and coming down here is so tricky, and that's probably the most stressful part. But the most common thing I see is delaying closing, okay, and then doing a lease back to give you enough time. So like making sure say the closing is going to be 45 days, and then you want to do, say, a lease back for 30 to 45 days, and then that allows you to have enough time or whatever if you haven't found the house here yet. So those are all options that I've seen play out numerous times. All right. And then of course, if you don't already have an agent somewhere where you're living, I mean, I know agents all over the US. I'm happy to give you a referral from somebody who may know personally, who I've done referrals with that I can vet for you. So that's always an option. Or if you already know who you're going to work with, it's very important that your agent that you're using and then me as your agent down here, that we talk and stay in contact with each other so that we can be on the same timelines. Now, I've seen this a couple of different ways. Like I just said, either you're listing your house, it's listed. Now, if it's a fast moving market, you could do like what I just said, where their house wasn't even listed yet. You book your visit down here. We've narrowed down the communities. We've kind of started looking at the homes. You book your visit. We're super strategic about where we're going to look and how we structure that. So usually 2 to 3 days. Try to do 3 days. Try to do like a full long weekend. That way you can tour these different areas. You can see the communities at different times of the day and really get a feel for the area and kind of mix in a little bit of fun too. All right, now we're 60 days in. You've done your research. Our finances are in order. The visit's on the calendar. We're executing. We're ready. So again, on this visit, we're doing community walkthroughs. We're doing neighborhood tours. We're touring curated homes that you think might be a good fit for you, driving through different neighborhoods at different times, dinner or lunch somewhere that can show you like, hey, this is what the local lifestyle feels like. And then at the end, the goal is to have a clear picture, a clear first choice and a backup. So we want to be able to debrief. We want to be able to get all of your feedback at the end of your visit. Okay, so after or during this visit, you may find the one. You're like, oh, this is it. We found the home. We want to make an offer. Okay. So that's that. Either you found the one, we make an offer, or you go back, your home's maybe still on the market, and we keep looking. You're like, you know what, we didn't find the home this trip, but we know exactly what community we want to live in. Me or you or both, we're going to keep an eye on those homes. that are coming up. And as soon as one lands, I'm getting out there, I'm doing a FaceTime, or I'm getting a video tour of those new homes that are hitting the market so that you can make a decision, because you already know you want to live there. And if something pops up, we know we need to act on it. All right, so the next step, say you found the home, we've put in an offer, your offer is accepted, what then? Okay, so then typically you have earnest money deposit, which is on average about 1% of the total home price. And that's typically due within 3 days of them accepting your offer. And then we go into a due diligence period. And during that due diligence period, that is when we're ordering the home inspection. And we're getting the home inspection back. If there's anything that pops up on the home inspection, we're sending, doing a repair request or a credit request for those items. That's when title is ordered, title's getting to work, all of those things. That's also when you're gonna get like your home insurance quote. You're also gonna be reviewing any HOA, CDD documents. And then also during this time, say if your closing is in, say, 30 days, 45 days, you're coordinating your move up there, you're scheduling movers, all of those things. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. And throughout this entire thing, I have checklists that I send you to kind of keep you on track, what you need to be doing to be prepared and to be set up for a smooth move. And I would say Florida closings are generally pretty smooth. But of course, so if you aren't able to make it for closing, or if only one of you is able to make it for closing, you can remote sign, you can wire funds. And then the day before closing, we're going to go through and do a final walkthrough of the home, make sure that it's in great standing. If there were any repairs that were supposed to be done, we're going to make sure that those look good. And then the next day, we're just waiting. We're waiting to get those keys, because the final step is welcome home. And of course, this sounds super simple. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts that go into this, but this is a really top level general overview of how this relocation to St. Johns County would work as like a 90-day game plan. I made this process a lot more tangible in this resource that I put together, which is that relocation guide. It covers communities, costs, schools, the process in detail. So if you want that free relocation guide, just comment the word guide. I'll send it to you, or you can grab it. It's in the description of this video. There's a link to it. And if you're ready to start planning your visit, I'm going to put my contact information right here. You can always find it in the description of the video. You can call, text, email to get that scheduled. If I helped you today, hit subscribe, because I put new content out every week, and I will see you in the next one.